Welcome back, twinsies, to another episode of Buffalo Happy Hour. What's going on, man?
It's loud, dude.
Right? You like it?
Well, honestly, I'm okay with it because I don't know if you know this, but you created a wind turbine inside this podcast
Oh,
studio
yeah, I
with
did.
fans and AC units.
It's got to stay cold in here, bud. It's friggin' warm as heck. We put too much insulation in here. And it doesn't keep the heat in. It just doesn't keep the cold air in. It just puts everything in here and we start sweating.
Got it. We 100% planned for winter when it came to the studio. We did not plan for summer. Yeah. We have so much insulation in the walls and on the ceiling.
But to be honest, the winters feel great.
Well, yeah, it's cozy. You know, little cozy.
Hell yeah.
Why don't you talk to the people about our sponsors?
So today's sponsors, the same sponsors as every week, but heads up, rent's due as soon as we get around to finding out when that actually is. We are the worst business people in the entire world. Just kidding, state of New York. Don't yell at us yet. We still have 4 more years to prove our worth. Anyway, sponsors, Queen City Creative Works. They are our friends and fellow peers, I guess. Husband and wife business. Nailed it. That's going to spill all over the place. Basically like an Etsy shop on steroids. They can make, no joke, whatever you would want them to make, because they're just like, I'm like, can you do this? Can you make us a bottle opener that is a silicone wrap and you just like etch our logo in it? They're like, yeah, that's easy. I'm like, oh, okay, crushed it. So they can make that. They can make also water bottles, which is in front of Mike. We also have slate coasters for sale on their website. Go to queencitycreativeworks.com. You can place an order for anything of ours, but also contact them to get something done specifically for you. They also made these shirts, which we did not plan to wear today, but both of us are wearing them. Side note, we do this literally every single interview we go to. We never plan this. But anyway, next sponsor, High Peaks Imagery. HighPeaksImage.com. That's their website, but they're also called High Peaks Imagery. If you want to take your marketing to another level, but it has to be less than 400 feet, what's up, FAA? You can contact our friends over at High Peaks. They can fly drones over your business, create a dynamic marketing for your business. They can also fly first-person drones inside of your business, which scares me because I know how hard it is to fly a drone, and I can't imagine fitting through some of the spaces that they do. Pause. Go to highpeaksimage.com. You can ask them to see if they can come out to your business, or just hit them up. They're pretty cool guys. And then Addie's, thank you very much for your logo, right? Yeah.
All right.
What's up, dude?
A lot. Is there a way to cut the static out of the back? You hear that?
No. Static?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's... No, I feel like it's coming through the microphones. All the fans and the AC blowing.
Well, yeah, but you want to sweat in here or what?
Well, no, I just didn't know if there was a way to tone it. I don't know, dude. You're the audio master. Well, now I can't hear anything. Where'd you go? At least I'm safe inside my mind.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Well, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fine.
Are we good?
Yeah, well, whatever. We'll just send
Welcome
it.
back to another episode about Happy Mike. What's going on? We're wearing the same shirt.
Today's useless fact. In 2017, a homeless man named Elmer Alvarez found a $10,000 check on the street meant for a successful real estate broker who went by the name of Roberta Hosky. Apologies if that is not pronounced correctly. Anyways, although Alvarez was broke, he still found a way to track down Hosky to return her lost check. So touched by his honesty, Hosky rewarded the honest man with a place to live and arranged for a job interview with one of her business partners. A year later, he was on the board of directors for Hosky's Outreach Foundation, which helps provide affordable housing for low to moderate income families. So that's a feel-good story for today.
Yeah, what is that sound?
I don't know. I just hear it.
It sounds like some wind's coming through, right?
Yeah.
But it's not, though.
Is it because of the direction of the fans and the dampers?
Like, even if it doesn't have the same sound as like the bass coming through.
Yeah.
Hit yours. I don't know. Whatever. Don't listen to us.
Watch only.
Right? What? It was just there for like a half second. Where'd it go?
This
Hello?
weekly episode's a dumpster
That's
fire.
fine. All of them are,
I know that's fair.
right?
You still got the remote in the shot.
Sure do. So we can make ourselves a little colder since it's hot in here.
I am
Whoa,
also.
Jesus.
Yeah. Can you figure it out? Weekly recap. What'd you do last week? This week? What year is it? Oh my goodness. Please, that should be the thumbnail of today's episode.
Let me go like this?
Yeah.
You could. What did I do last week?
Or this week. Are you all right? What is
No,
going
dude,
on?
I am so... I don't want to complain, but I got a lot going on right now. But anyway, grass is getting super long. I'm trying to knock it down to like about a solid 2 inches this year because I am not okay with it being that long.
Pause.
Right now, I have so many bugs, and like when I step on my lawn, the grass is like up to there, and I don't like it. I don't like the grass like engulfing my foot. So I'm bringing her down to a good 2 inches right now, and I'm struggling doing it because
It's low, dude. You got the under thatch.
right, yeah. And my lawn is so thick, like very. There's a lot of grass. It's a healthy lawn when
You got
it's
the-
super green.
You got the
know?
under thatch, man.
I know, but I want to get it down low so it looks like a nice manicured golf rough, like a good solid 2 inch golf rough, super thick, super nice, no weeds. The weeds are a little bit of an issue, but when you mulch, do you shoot it out to the right?
Yeah.
And you just like, so when you do your lines, you go up one, super dad conversation. If you're not a dad, skip like 20 seconds ahead. But if you go up one line and then you come back down the next one, now you have 2 levels of grass on one strip. That's annoying. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So how do you do it?
Well, that's why you always switch it up. So you're doing vertical, horizontal, and then you're making your X with your crossing patterns.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean, when you do it, you're still putting it on both sides.
Are you trying to fight the mic?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with.
I'm convinced it's the fans around us.
79 degrees in here, dude. You really want to do this?
No, I don't, but I want to test a theory to figure out what's going on. Because if it's a
Yeah, turn
cable,
off your
I don't know
fan.
what we're going to do.
Buy a new cable.
No, we can't. Ow, Derek.
This never happened before, and this isn't our first time using fans. Somebody asked us if we edit out bloopers. Everything's raw.
Pause.
We don't cut anything out.
Yeah, we don't edit, really.
Probably not to the benefit of our viewers, though. Like this, we probably should edit out. But one, I'm not doing it. I'm too lazy to do it.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
To be frank,
to be frank, we don't care.
to be Larry. Let's change it to Larry.
It could be Daryl.
Daryl, that's a good one too.
Yeah. To be Daryl, we don't really care. We sit here and we have a conversation for an hour-ish and try to figure out what we're going to talk about. And it's hilarious because sometimes it's really good conversation and other times, I don't know, we just kind of wing it. However, we always stumble into something that's deep and then, we solve some real good world issues. That heater or the air conditioner needs to be on.
Right?
100%
Kind
it
of
needs to be
sweating
on.
through my shirt right
I'm
now. Maybe it's the
very
fan
warm.
behind you.
It's probably, just turn that one on.
Great. Watch just died. Now I won't know if I'm having
It
a
already
heart
went to
attack.
80 in here.
Just because you and I are so hot, bro.
We are boilers.
Emitting.
Emitting or omitting?
Emitting. Omitting means we're cutting it out,
Wow.
Whoa.
That thing just started cranking.
right?
So where are we at with the wedding? Your wedding? What is going on? There's things in motion. I hope, anyways. Can I get fitted for a suit yet, or do you want me to keep doing an unbelievably annoying amount of push-ups?
So it's definitely coming from this bad boy. Because as soon as you turn this back on, it started going. Ooh, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh.
Probably because it's blowing directly into my microphone. Can you angle that dangle? Yeah, there you go. See? We've deduced and we've problem solved.
Let's give it a second first.
This
before
is
we-
why we're in management.
Wedding's going good. We got I got the little guest book thing all figured out to see who's gonna sign our stuff. Gonna be kind of cool. Got that done. Getting the invites done right now. The
Hopefully
dude
I'm
said
invited.
July. No, I don't think so. We said July is when we can start going to get fitted for our suits. So it's coming up. We can probably start doing it now. It's the same
July?
thing. Yeah.
I'm going tomorrow.
All right, that's fine. Go for it.
Be like, hello, measure me. Do you? Best man's got the group ID and all that info, correct?
Yeah, but I'm changing some stuffs. So kind of. I mean, I'm not real. I'm just changing the shoe color. It was black on black on black. Like we're going to a funeral. Or no, I'm sorry, it was brown. It was black suit with brown shoes. But I'm going to be wearing a color for my tie and my pocket square. So if I had a color, black, white, and then also brown, it wouldn't look good. So we're changing it back to black. Back to black. I'm back in black. I'm black in black.
This is what I do with everyone. This is it. This is exactly what happens.
I sing constantly at home all the time.
We're home now.
Well, like home. I sing constantly, and Gina hates it. So we finished watching Stranger Things, the first season.
Beep.
No, not even close, dude. We're at 13 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. It's 11 minutes. We were watching Stranger Things, and you don't watch it, which is weird.
Yeah, because you gave me a what's the word?
Quadrillion?
Well, no. I'm not trying to quantify it yet.
Absurd?
A litany of shows to watch.
Yeah.
Did I use that correctly?
I think so.
I think I went real deep into my vocab.
I know. I saw you struggle there for a little bit. And I'm like, come on, baby. keep
Very
going.
painful. It was very painful. There's some smoke coming out, man.
So we're get back to Stranger Things, but what do you think of Outlander? Gina asked me the other day. I'm like, I don't know. They probably hate it.
Yeah, we do.
You hate it?
It's so hard to watch.
Why?
It's so slow. You know, we're fighting to get through the first season.
Oh, then stop watching it.
No,
then.
we have to
I don't
finish
care.
it.
Why?
No, we have to finish it because
Why? Because you're invested and you like it.
once we start, we can't stop. Pause. It's just one of those things, man. We're intrigued in the storyline. We just wish it, would get along to it.
Because I think-
hurry up.
Because
dude.
I think you're hooked on The Last Kingdom, which is a lot of action.
The Last Kingdom was one of the greatest shows to come out in recent history, Derek, and you need to watch it. Now you're watching Stranger Things.
Stranger Things is insanely good. Everybody and their mother watches it, so you need to watch it. I like the little
You
thing
need to
that
watch
you got.
New Girl.
I like your bangs right now.
Is it coming through the hat?
It is. It's coming through the head. It's like a new hairstyle that you got going on. As O would say, the Princeton. There you go. I mean, I kind of liked it though, to be honest. But anyway, so I think it's because you just came from watching Last Kingdom, which is why I told you I don't want to watch Last Kingdom
Well, I
because
just
then
came
you
alright.
because then I just compare Outlander to Last Kingdom, and right now you're comparing Last Kingdom to Outlander.
They're not even remotely close, dude.
But you're still
this
doing
is
it,
like
though.
No, I'm not. It's just slow. It's
Because you
a
just watched
slow
Last
show.
Kingdom.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we're like resorting back to just watching episodes of New Girl because it's hilarious and it's mindless.
That's what I do for Office,
The Office
and Parks and Rec.
I understand. We've been friends for a decade now. I get
It's kind
it.
of weird, isn't it? It's kind of weird to think about.
I'm
We've been
okay
friends
with
for
it.
a decade.
I'm okay with it.
It's been longer than that. 2010, right?
No,
2011.
I really thought we made some strides in last year. The crazy thing is, it's such a different show from a different time period. I struggle with correlating the two shows together. My problem with Outlander is that it's just very slow. It's just slow, and I can't do that. I need a little more. Like
Then don't watch
they
it.
drag it out for too long. Like just go touch the rock. You know, it took 3 episodes for you to get there. Like just okay, no cliffhanger. Episode's over with. It's like, oh my god, can we just make it? And then she finally is like, I'm staying here. Like okay, like that.
No spoilers.
Not spoiling. No one knows what's going on. So now she's sticking around or whatever. I don't know. It's just weird, man. This is just weird.
It's a drama.
Sure, that's
It's a
word for
drama
it.
based in Scotland where there's just kilts and scotch.
They need to hurry up.
What
And
do
I
you not
haven't
like
seen
about
Scotch yet. Then some woman with a birthmark or something is saying that, or no, she got a vaccine, and then she's like on trial. It's just like it's craziness.
Yeah, it's a drama.
I needed a little more.
Then stop watching it.
I'm
Go to
used to
Stranger
high
Things.
octane.
Go to Stranger Things then.
I can't go to Stranger Things.
Why not?
Because I'm too invested in this ridiculously annoying storyline about how this guy survived getting whipped by some redcoat. That's where we're at. Then he comes in looking like Robin Hood.
Well, I'm sorry you don't like it.
Don't touch my wife. Okay.
I'm sorry you don't like it.
It's not that
I
we
feel
don't
like I
like
failed
it.
you.
No, you didn't fail me. It's not that we don't like it. We like it. We just wish it was faster. It's just very slow.
Just press the button twice so it goes in 2 times the speed.
Yeah.
But so you won't watch Stranger Things, or you're waiting until you're done with this to watch Stranger Things?
Correct. It's one show at a time. This is what we do.
I feel like you'd like. Well, are you into science fiction stuff? Like things that are completely untrue, like would never be able to be true in your life.
Well, how science fiction is this? Is this like Enchanted?
The
Like something
Demogorgons.
insane? I'm sorry. The what?
The Demogorgons. It's just like unrealistic monsters.
Talking
the whole
about
thing is Stranger Things is like there's this alternate reality, like directly mirroring Earth. And in this alternate reality, there's all these monsters like Demogorgons and weird mind things and all this stuff. And it's completely unrealistic. And this chick has superpowers that only she can defeat it. Millie Bobby Brown, that chick that Drake wanted to bang when she was like 14, super weird. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. And I'm not even that big of a fantasy person. But it's definitely a fantasy or like fictional show.
if we take the last 20 seconds of dialogue and we present that to somebody in the past from like 1945, they would literally be so disgusted with where we are as a society.
Correct.
I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to watch that show. I don't want to visualize Drake wanting to bang this chick when she was 14. I want nothing to do with Stranger Things.
There
now.
was like a rumor that came out that Drake was in her inbox when she was like 15 on Instagram. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I still can't get over that he was from Degrassi. What are you doing?
Where like everyone ended up dying.
In Degrassi?
Yeah.
I've never watched Degrassi. I just knew that he was the one in the wheelchair, right?
No, I don't think he was the one in the wheelchair.
No?
No, he stood up in the show.
Well, people
Is
in
that-
wheelchairs can stand up.
Can they know? I struggle. Am I? No. I don't think I'm talking about Degrassi. I think I'm talking about the Glee. I'm talking about Glee. All the characters in Glee basically died in real life from all these insane incidents. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one woman like drowned trying to save her daughter.
I never watched Glee either.
Yeah. The guy from, I believe he was in How to Get Away with Murder and Harry Potter, started in Glee. I believe. He had the African-American fellow with the afro, like little afro. He was in the later Harry Potters. You haven't seen the Harry Potters because something's absolutely definitely wrong with you.
Why would I
But-
want to watch something about witchcraft?
Oh, but we can talk about Stranger Things. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes all the sense in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Perfect.
Like, I normally don't like this stuff, but I actually enjoy Stranger Things, which is weird.
You make my head hurt. Pause.
Do you ever think time traveling will become a real thing?
Stephen Hawking was talking about it, saying that it's absolutely plausible. And what's crazy too is there's guys that worked in Area 51 that didn't work in Area 51 that were talking about the element or whatever. The dude was on Rogan that hasn't changed his story in 30 years.
Oh, the dude the Bob, what's his
Yeah,
face?
Bob whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking about the element that didn't exist when he was working in
Yeah,
Area
yeah.
51, and then he's like, no, it's like legit, like as part of the transducer for how their UFO is anti-gravity machines, whatever. And then come to find out that element does exist, and now we're using it for specific reactors to have like anti-gravity propulsion or some insanity, something way above my intellect.
Yeah.
But he that's what he was talking about. So I'm sure time travel is a thing. It's gotta be. Gotta be.
How would you do that though?
Time travel?
Yeah.
Let me
Like, how can that actually be possible? You open up a vortex and you can step through to a different time period?
Yeah, dimensions.
But how? I have so many questions.
I know. Is time travel possible?
I feel like that's not going to give you a good answer.
It is.
I
It's
feel like
DuckDuckGo. Hashtag not a sponsor.
There's a lot of things that I think government is keeping a secret on.
It's not what we've seen in movies, but it is a thing per NASA. This is the first thing that came
What does
up.
that even mean?
The short answer. Although humans can't hop into a time machine and go back in time, we do know that clocks on airplanes and satellites travel at a different speed than those on Earth.
That's stupid.
That's the short answer.
Well, I'm not talking about like you and I flying to Ireland and we got 4 hours in advance. I'm not talking about that.
This goes back to stars. This is what it goes back. We're looking back in time because when we see a star, it's already dead. And the only reason we're seeing it is because light is traveling and it's the explosion of the star. It's the death of a star. That's what we actually see at night. And everyone's like, whoa, so beautiful. It's like the star died like millions of years ago. Like, so technically that's time travel.
So when did the North Star die? I feel like we've talked about this, not this question specifically, but stars previously, and it was a very fascinating conversation. I'm pretty sure the two people that watched it really liked that.
Stop. First of all, stories regarding travel into the past and the future have long captured our imagination, but the question of whether time travel is possible is a thorny one that gets right to the heart of
Thorny?
Yep, that gets right to the heart of understanding what physicists mean when they use the word time. Modern physics teaches us that time is one of the most mysterious aspects of our universe, though it may at first seem straightforward. Einstein revolutionized our understanding of the concept. But even with this revised understanding, some scientists still ponder the question of whether or not time actually exists or whether it is a mere stubbornly persistent illusion. As Einstein once called it, whatever time is, though, physicists and fiction writers have found some interesting ways to manipulate it to consider transversing it in unorthodox ways. This then dives into time and relativity and how there's essentially physical fabrics of the universe in terms of a four-dimensional space-time, which includes 3 spatial dimensions, up, down, left, and right, front and back, along with 1 time dimension. Under that theory, which has been proven by numerous experiments over the last century, gravity is a result of the bending of this space-time in response to the presence of matter. This then dives into dark matter and string theory, in short.
Now you're just making stuff up because you don't know what any of that means.
I do, because I actually walked into a UB astronomy class, or astrology class rather, with no attendance record because there's 500 kids inside of a giant room, and sat down and just listened to the teacher talk about it when my buddy was enrolled. I just walked onto campus. I'm like, I'm in this class now. I was like Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Statutes of limitations are over with, but I got a free 45-minute lecture at UB. Dark matter and string theory is essentially talking, the string theory talks about those different dimensions, where in theory there's different dimensions that are within the universe, and time travel is entering those other dimensions where it is like a fabric and that is changed by gravity. Dark matter is the components of things that we can't necessarily understand. For instance, black holes. That's dark matter. And dark matter with quantum physics and quantum mechanics.
I feel like you're just throwing out terms now.
I'm not. Quantum physics and quantum mechanics open up a massive can of worms in regards to time travel and space in general, period. It also talks about like the super computers, which you know about, like quantum computing.
Right.
That's the end all be all. But
that's next. It's coming soon.
It is in existence. They already exist.
Yeah, but
so
more prevalent right now.
And quantum computers are being used to dive into the layers and levels of the internet. Because there's like 8 levels of the internet. Where as the further down, or the higher in number, the deeper you are in the internet, and then you get past a certain point of like 5 and 6, and no one's there yet, except for like a couple countries.
What does that even mean?
That's the next battlefield, essentially, is that cyber warfare scape, and having quantum computing capabilities to a level that you need it is how you're going to win the future war. It's insane that I'm unbelievably unintelligent, but because of reading and curiosity, I've been able to learn random things that I can't necessarily piece together, but I know enough that it's in existence so I can answer that question for you.
But like, what does that even mean, going into layers of the internet?
So it's kind of like breaking through levels of firewalls, and the deeper layers that you get into, the more open it is to access more data, more information, and process things faster so that you're essentially untouchable. So think of it from a security standpoint, or from not a security standpoint. Think of it from a tracking standpoint. Osama bin Laden. We're trying to find Osama bin Laden. If we have further access into these layers of the internet per se, we can identify and find people on Earth no matter where they are at a faster rate, because we have that quantum computing capability to break through layers of the internet and then get those answers at a faster rate and not miss, because it's a supercomputer that doesn't miss, because it's operating on such a fine like level that it's not wrong.
I think that's just a smart search engine.
To an extent, but it's tapping into other things. It's tapping into the internet. So it's not just using Wi-Fi. It's way deeper than that.
Well, yeah, I would assume it's not using Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like hacking into other systems that aren't supposed to be hacked into, and then you can just retrieve the data yourself because you have layers of access to the internet that other people don't have.
So when's that coming?
It's already in existence.
In more prevalence.
It probably won't. It'll probably be held by like 3 countries, and take a guess at who the 3 countries are. You know what I mean?
Us, China, Russia.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good. Makes you feel good inside, right?
Yeah. This is the stuff that we were talking about on a surface level when it came to Afghanistan and giving all the lithium batteries to China and all the oil and all the natural resources that are within that country that we just handed over. Like, the global landscape is what's changing. China's presence in Africa, massive ordeal. Like, that needs to be discussed, planned for. There needs to be legitimate, real conversations about it. But instead, we're trying to figure out how to ride a bike on Delaware. You know, like, that's what's frustrating.
I kind of feel bad for him that he fell.
Why?
It wasn't even his fault. His foot got stuck.
Because he tripped on a pedal?
His foot got stuck.
Be an athlete.
I would, my foot would get stuck
you
too.
would 100%
oh my God, stop it.
You would 100% say it to me if I did that. Be an athlete.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
you're not
don't-
an old dementia dude. Like, you kind of feel
Who
bad
belongs
for the
in a
guy.
home?
Yeah.
We felt bad for him since he was running for president. We felt bad for him. And it's only gotten worse since he's gotten elected.
First of all, why are you biking with those shoe handles? What's going on there? Do you not have, I don't understand. Those are for spin bikes.
You're the president of the United States and you're riding a bike. I'd rather have you golf like the previous, 45 presidents.
I mean, the CEO of M&T, he rode a bike until he died. Like in New York City, he was riding this raggedy old weird bike until he died. Like, it's kind of cool to ride a bike, but he also didn't have handlebars for his feet where he had to lock them in.
Okay.
If you're biking and you're
Hold on.
unstable,
You just compared being a CEO of a regional bank to riding a bike as the president of the United States.
yeah, because both of them are super old. That's what I'm getting at. It's like, it doesn't matter who you are. Riding a bike is fun. It's cool.
I understand that, but during the workday, like, there's things to do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you know this, but the economy's not okay.
Well, they don't do anything anyway. Don't act like they do stuff.
They're figureheads.
Yeah, so they can ride a bike. Donnie was golfing all the time. This guy's riding a bike. Yeah, exactly.
Everybody golfed.
Well, this kid can't golf because his hip's going to come unlocked, and then he needs to ride a bike, I guess.
Kid?
Yeah.
He's older than our grandfathers.
Yeah, sure. I call everybody kid. But anyway, you're in these friggin' gloves for your feet, and you're pedaling, and you start falling over. You don't have the wherewithal, especially when your joints don't move like they're supposed to take it back from that cage and then put your foot down. He just kind of tried to put his foot down, and things were moving too fast, and he fell. I kind of feel bad for him. And then immediately that goes online, like, look at this doofus. It's like, God damn it. He's not doing himself any favors, but we're also not doing anybody any favors because of the microscope we put everybody in.
Are we ever going to have a 2-term president again?
Yeah, oh yeah. I think so. But think of all the shit that they put, like, how much we harass as a nation the president of our nation.
Yeah.
Like, remember when Trump was in and was like, he's got small hands, he probably has a small dick. Like, what are you doing? It's the president.
Don't people have the same comments with Boris Johnson? There has to be.
The dude is a disheveled mess. I'm sure there's something like, the guy can't even afford a haircut. It's like, okay, yeah, but he's the leader of your country.
There's no respect for the office anymore. People lost all faith in the government. Do you ever have a teacher for too long and you're just like, you're shot, just like retire, just leave?
Mrs. Fisher, she was a study hall teacher.
I mean, you don't
She's
gotta
like-
call him out.
She's like,
savage.
class, be nice. And everyone was just going crazy. It was the worst. That's all she would do is study hall too. She didn't teach a class. She was just a study hall teacher. She was loaded too, I think.
Like with alcohol in her system or financially.
Probably both.
I know.
Oh God, but yeah, I think she was loaded, if I remember correctly.
Good for her.
Yeah, right. I had a dream last night that I got bit by a shark. What does that mean?
Want me to check that?
I'm always like, it was kind of like a weird bite. I think the bite the bite that I had was not a shark bite, but I was bit by a shark, if that makes sense. Like he kind of nibbled on my finger, maybe like something Cleo did, which probably happened in the middle of the night. Cleo might have bit my finger and I just associated with a shark because I was swimming in the lake in my dream. But it was just kind of like a small bite and I was like, jeez. And it hurt a little bit. And then I was like, all right, like sweet shark bite, bro. I didn't lose a finger.
So getting bit by a shark is a harbinger for a painful memory, guilt, or some repressed thoughts. That fits.
Yesterday, I was also listening to a podcast from Chris DiStefano and Sal Volcano. No free shoutouts, but I love both of them. And they were talking about people getting bit by sharks. So that's probably why it actually happened. Not that I'm just a depressed human that was once abused
so
as a
you're
kid.
not being overbearing. You feel insecure or threatened. Your dream points to the problems that have been preoccupying your mind. Even though they will soon be resolved, your privacy is being compromised.
I mean, all that's true, but that might not be the reason why. Do you remember your dreams?
So most of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them, though. Colleen's been having weird dreams lately, too. She
It's probably the vaccine.
probably is the vaccine. What did she say? It was some insanity. Someone was trying to kidnap her, and she started to try to scream, but nothing was coming out. Like, that's
That's one to Google because that's a common one.
all right. I'm going to use DuckDuckGo, though.
That's fine.
Meaning of...
The problem is that DuckDuckGo right now isn't a verb. Like Googled is a verb. We got to make DuckDuckGo. They should have made it something smaller. That way you can make it into a verb.
No scream being made. Dream meaning. This is going to be a fiasco.
Hell yeah. That's what we're here for.
Okay. Let's see. Feeling manipulated or trapped.
Sounds about right.
Sometimes dreaming of being kidnapped might mean that someone is manipulating you in real life. You feel trapped and worried that you don't have control over certain aspects of your life. Especially if the dream is reoccurring, it signals that you're feeling trapped and or hiding emotions inside of you. I don't like any of these. Is there one that's like not as awful?
Yeah. Does that mean that you're manipulating Colleen?
Yeah, no. I don't know. I support her in her brie cheese consumption. I don't.
That's someone that loves you.
It can wish.
Brie cheese.
It can reflect your wish for liberation or a person who wants to capture your soul in your waking life. I mean, I do want to trap her soul in real life because she's my wife and I love her. I don't know. I got nothing.
So you remember your dreams though? What's the wildest dream you remember lately? Isn't it weird that you remember them for like the first 2 seconds after you wake up, and then if somebody asks you later that day, you're like, no idea what I dreamt about?
Yeah, correct. That's exactly what's happening right now.
Is that short-term memory, or is it just because we don't care because we know it was a dream?
No, I also think it's because we have multiple dreams at once.
That's weird because each dream lasts like a nanosecond, but it's like 4 years in your dream.
Yeah, and in your sleep, and then when you wake up, you don't remember them because you had multiple dreams while you were sleeping.
Do you really think so? The concept of Inception, that whole movie, is like each layer that you go down is an hour at a time.
I don't know if it's time based, but there's 100% been instances where I was in a dream and couldn't wake up out of it. And it was like every time I felt like I was waking up and I was still in the dream, I was slowly exiting the dream like I was so deep into it. That's happened before. Where it took me like 4 times to wake up to actually wake up.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of that. How deep is my REM sleep? And I'm not wearing these fancy things to sleep, you know?
What fancy things to sleep?
Like a watch that tracks your sleep.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were
You
talking
know.
about like a little eye thing, like sleep covers, eye covers.
I wear a
sleeps.
face mask sometimes.
Do you really?
Yeah, like
Why?
well, because Colleen's over there with her freaking phone, reading her book, and it blinds me because it's a white light, it's not a red lens. She can't read with a red lens, apparently.
This is not a blue light.
I don't know. Anything's better than white. Penetrates your eyelids. It hurts.
What's up, ant? What you doing, bud?
What do you mean there's an ant? Ew, get away, ant. Can't have ants in here.
Fine, the mouse will get it.
Wow.
So
I hope not.
but yeah, so you've had that where you've been deep in like multiple layers of dreams. I always find it super fascinating when you're dreaming and you realize you're dreaming and you can act in your dream while dreaming, doing stuff when you know that you're doing it. Like I could be like, I'm walking in my dream. I know I'm walking in my dream. I'm going to go grab some milk. Like I can tell myself that in my dream and I'll do it.
Yeah, I've had those too.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's also kind of terrifying because what's happening in real life? Am I sleepwalking to the
milk.
fridge?
Hell yeah.
Getting milk?
Oh yeah. Just dousing it on me.
You still drink like 2% milk?
No, dude, I haven't had regular milk in probably like an hour. No, I haven't had real milk years. Maybe like one randomly when I wanted cereal or something, like super randomly. But other than that, it's all almond milk for me.
I barely drink milk.
What's up, ads? Coming over to you now. You can get a little smash factor over there.
I don't drink milk. Like,
Not even almond milk?
well, that's all we have in the house, but I barely drink it. I just don't drink milk.
Yeah.
Coffee's no creamer, no. It's just got honey or it's black.
Why do they call it milk then? Like if it's not milk anymore. You say milk or milk?
Milk.
Okay. Some people say milk. It's weird.
Who?
I don't know. My grandma used to.
Oh, it's milk.
Rip. Yeah, she always used to say milk.
Yeah, no. Well, she's wrong.
I told you, grandma.
Why
But why? Yeah, why do we
is
call it
almond milk
almond
still
milk?
called milk?
Yeah, because it's not dairy anymore. I feel like milk is something from a cow, and now we're juicing nuts.
I agree with you.
There's cashew milk and soy milk. Kind of makes sense, I guess.
Almond milk doesn't even have dairy in it.
Right? Yeah, that's
It's
the
a
whole thing.
plant-based beverage rather than an animal product, so almond milk's considered non-dairy. Although almond milk usually includes other ingredients for thickening, improving the flavor, and extending the shelf life, dairy products are not included in almond milk. So it technically is not even milk.
Right, but they call it milk.
Yeah.
But
What
what
a
is?
bunch of nonsense.
But
Probably
what is milk
lobbyists.
though? Milk is just like dairy
Milk-
product from a cow.
Yeah, milk has to be animal-based, in my opinion. Has to.
Well, I know that's
Otherwise,
your
you're
opinion,
lying.
but what about
Well, you're talking to
the
me.
FDA?
I don't know what the FDA wants. All I know is I want more Yellowstone.
Pour some.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
If anything, I'm gonna take it home. $39.99 Addies.
There
You
go.
take it
No
home.
free shout outs. Rent's due. Just kidding. Just kidding. We know you paid for a year. Anyway, so what else is going on? What did you do this week? What were we talking about? We talked a lot about a lot of stuff in 37 minutes.
Yeah, we
went from
started
the
off with
The
space.
space-time continuum
Yeah.
with black holes and dark matter
Yeah.
and ended in almond milk.
You want me to round out what dark matter is?
I want us to put a graphic online that do this tonight, okay? Put a graphic online, draw on a piece of paper, say dark hole, almond milk, and then draw a line, question mark, line, and post it on our Instagram and be like, how did we get here? I think that would be funny because there's no way any logical person can get there. And we did it without like new questions, right? Like we somehow got here from there.
Okay, your brain's going to explode. Dark matter is and yes, I agree. There is no rhyme or reason of why we exist, but here we are. I mean, we're essentially molecules on a floating space rock, so none of it makes sense
Which
anyways.
I also don't like.
No, but
I don't feel good after hearing that.
dark matter is a hypothetical form of matter thought to account for approximately 85% of the matter in the universe.
See, you just said hypothetical. I'm out. I can't prove it.
Can you
This
wait
is an
3
if
seconds? This is from NASA now. Okay, different
trust
source. For the first 150 million years after the Big Bang, there were no galaxies or stars or planets. The universe was featureless. It was just space.
So, do you ever think
Hold on.
we're moving around the sun, right?
Yeah, we are.
Will there ever be a point where we reverse course? Will that be traveling backwards?
No,
Why? Why are you so sure?
because we're in orbit.
Okay, we
You know
can't
how
just
fast
stop.
we're moving?
I understand that, Michael, but you don't ever think that ever in the history of the solar system will go the other way.
No, because of gravity.
Don't act like you're so sure on this. You don't know.
My God. I'm sorry for being a realist.
Okay. The one talking about dark matter.
Here we go. The Swiss astronomer Fritz Zwicky first used the term dark matter in the 1930s. He studied the so-called Coma classic galaxy cluster and specifically how it revolves quickly. Clusters are like merry-go-rounds, Derek.
Clusters are like coconut clusters. Love them.
Their speed of revolution depends on the weight and position of the objects in the clusters, like the weight of the objects and their positions on a merry-go-round. The speed he measured implied the cluster had much more mass than the observable light suggested. So, there's another astronomer from the U.S. in the 70s called Vera Rubin, where her and her colleagues confirmed this result by studying galaxy rotation. They also discovered single galaxies, not just clusters, have more mass and their observable light suggested. The work of Rubin and her team helped to firmly establish the notion of dark matter. So, in ways, scientists know more about what dark matter is, not though they do have a few ideas of what it could be. Dark matter possibly could be brown dwarfs, which are failed stars that never ignited because they lack the mass needed to start burning. Dark matter could be white dwarfs, which are the remnants of cores of dead small to medium-sized stars, or dark matter could be neutron stars or black holes, which is what I said earlier, the remnants of large stars after they explode. However, problems exist with each of those suggestions. Scientists have strong evidence there aren't enough brown or white dwarfs to account for all the dark matter. Black holes and neutron stars, too, are rare. So dark matter may not be made up of the matter we are familiar with at all. The matter that makes up dark matter could be different. It may be filled with particles predicted by theory, but that scientists have yet to observe. Which is why it's dark matter, because they haven't necessarily figured out what it is. They just know that it exists because the light doesn't equate to the amount of mass that is generated within these clusters and solo galaxies.
I'm still concerned that you're so sure that we're never going to rotate the opposite direction. What if we collide with something?
Oh my goodness gracious. The size of the sun dictates the gravitational pull.
Well, I know that.
Same with the moon and all the other things. That's why the moon and gravity is based on tides that we deal with on Earth.
I think we can go the other way.
All right.
Watch. And 1,000 years, I'm going to be like, yeah, I told you so.
You know who's going to figure that out? Elon.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
You good?
I am.
What are you thinking?
You good?
I'm good. What are you thinking about?
Nothing. We're just hanging out.
What else is new?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're at 42 minutes. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. Short, sweet, to the point.
Hell yeah.
Next week, we'll sit down and go over another fun-filled topic for everyone to enjoy. Hopefully, we're not matching. We'll see.
We probably will.
We'll figure that out. In the meantime,
every time that you guys see us wearing the same color polo in an interview, can guarantee you it's not planned.
Not planned.
We've never planned one ever, and it happens all the time. So that's it. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. We talked about a lot. We got from one end of the spectrum to the other easily in 30 minutes. That was I think that could be a world record at how you can get from dark matter to nut milk in 30 minutes. Have you ever seen that where people do like videos of, I bet I can match or somehow correlate Selena Gomez to Yellowstone National Park in Wikipedia in 1 minute? And they're like, so, hold on, Connecticut, all right, and they like just keep clicking on stuff on each layer of Wikipedia page, and like, did it, Selena Gomez National Park, what's up? It's like, gee, what? That's what we just did right here in 30 minutes.
We're getting after it.
Kind of impressed. Well, thank everybody for joining. If you needed a drink after today's episode, I do not blame you. But please remember to always drink responsibly. Big person name, Michael.
Do not litter.
We're out.